Yesterday we fasted. Today we get ready for Shabbos. Shabbos Nachamu, the Shabbos of consolation. But is the fast something just from the past? Fast is over? I want to share with you a most interesting story of Rabbi Levine, the legendary tzaddik of Yerushalayim. But before I share the story, we have to thank Hashem for everything and for what's coming, the Geula. Mizmor lesoido, riel adonai kol haaretz, ivdu es adonai b'simcha, boi lefanav v'nona, duk adonai v'lim hu asanu v'lanachnu mitzvah merisoi, boi yishor b'seidah chatzoresi b'seilah hoide lebach shuboi, toi v'adonai le'olom chazdoi v'yad, dor v'dor emun asoi, my dear friends, Erev Shabbos, tzedakah, anytime, every time, whatever you can. So Rabbi Levine, known throughout Jerusalem as the Tzaddik of Jerusalem, born in 1885 and passed away in 1969. A spiritual giant. In all those years in Israel, he was actually called the father of the prisoners because he would visit them, all those who the British mandate and would throw the Irgun and the members of the Jewish underground in prison. He would visit them, he would support them, he would encourage them. So he was known as the father of the prisoners. He also went through the Holocaust and the aftermath. On Tisha B'Av, every year, he would sit on the floor in front of the Kaisel, mourning the destruction of the temple, destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. One year, shortly after the Holocaust, a group of survivors had arrived to Jerusalem. They had lost everything, homes, families, communities, their entire world, and to a certain extent, their will to live. And he turned to Rabbi and he said, Rabbi, how can we continue? We've seen the destruction of our people with our own eyes. We have no strength to rebuild. Rabbi listened quietly. Tears filled his eyes because he understood and he felt their pain. After a moment, he said, come with me, come outside. And he pointed towards the hills of Jerusalem. At that time, Jerusalem didn't have all the skyscrapers and the huge buildings and the towers that it has today. Small houses. You were able to see above the houses. A lot of empty land. And he points to them, do you see these hills? For 2,000 years, our people mourned the destruction of the temple and dreamed of returning to Yerushalayim. We cried on Tisha B'Av, but we never gave up hope. And now, after the Holocaust, after the terrible destruction, the greatest destruction of our people, Hashem brought you here. He brought you to Yerushalayim. He didn't bring you here to cry. He brought you here to build. He brought you here to celebrate. And then he continued. The Romans destroyed stones, but they couldn't destroy the Jewish soul. The Nazis, Yimach Shemam, destroyed communities, but they couldn't destroy our faith. Every Jewish home you build here, every child you raise in the ways of Torah and mitzvahs, every act of kindness you do is another stone in the rebuilding of Jerusalem and the building of the third temple that we're anticipating any moment. These words changed the survivors. And instead of remaining trapped in despair, they began to build new lives. They established homes, schools, synagogues, communities in Yerushalayim and all over Eretz Yisrael. Many of their children and grandchildren became Torah scholars, rabbis, teachers, builders of the Jewish people. Today, the neighborhoods of Jerusalem and Eretz Israel is filled with the children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren of these originally broken people where Reb Aryeh infused life and courage and hope and action. So today, the day after Tisha B'Av, yes, yesterday we mourned. Today we also mourned, but we build. And we build it with enthusiasm, with commitment, with devotion, with unwavering faith that this Shabbos, we will be celebrating it with Mashiach in the Beis HaMikdash.